My college roommates and her friends would eat all of my food, so they ate brains. I was in college full-time and working full-time, so I had little time to meal prep. I would make enough meals for a few days and store them on my designated shelf in our shared dorm fridge. I'd come home from a very long day and just want to eat and relax, but I'd almost always have no food left, and 9 times out of 10 I'd actually walk into them eating my meals. They'd even have the guts to say how good it tasted, and they said there wasn't more. I've asked over and over to stop eating my damn food. Nope, wouldn't he listen. So I went home to my parents' house and made a lot of spaghetti, good spaghetti, knowing they would most certainly eat the whole thing. Sure enough, I get home to my dorm after a long day, and these 3, not even my roommates' girls, are standing in the kitchen eating my spaghetti, and the huge bowl is almost gone. The one girl says to how much she loves it and wants to know how I made it. Straight-faced, I tell her that it's a common meal we make on the farm. We go to the butcher and get head cheese, that's the meat in the spaghetti. She was confused, total city kids, and didn't know what head cheese was. I answered, well, it is big brains, it is really good, isn't he? That is what most of my meals are made from. She throws my bowl of spaghetti down and runs to the bathroom, puking everywhere. The others took off out of the dorm, running too. That is how I ended them stealing my food with such sweet petty revenge. Nobody touched my food ever again. Nor did they talk to me when. Also, the meat was not head cheese/brains, it was pork, sausage, and very lean beef mixed together to resemble cooked pig brains. Edit alright already, sheesh. Head cheese is not brains, is everything but. In my family we just use that term as all-encompassing. Every family has things like that is one of ours. Lighten up lol. I truly wish this wasn't true. I would have been a lot happier and ate better. These girls were the true definition of zero fucks given, no morals asses. When I say puke everywhere, I mean everywhere, in the bathroom and on the carpet just outside. She was already puking by the time she got to the bathroom, and puke painted the bathroom trying to get to the toilet. Thanks for all the comments. It has been fun to read you stories, too. My sister kept ignoring my texts, so I started replying to hers after a 24-hour delay by user sarcasm overload max. For months, my sister would take forever to reply to me. I'd send a message and get a response 2 days later, sometimes not at all, but the moment she needed something, I was expected to drop everything and reply instantly. So I decided to match her pace. She texted me, "Hey, do you have mom's insurance info?" I waited 24 hours. Then replied, "Oops, just saw this, want me to still send it?" She asked if I could pick something up for her while I was out. I responded the next day with, "Sorry, I would be if I'd seen this earlier." I didn't say anything about it. Just kept the 24-hour delay going every time. And funny enough, she started replying to me a little faster after that. Not out of spite, just matching the energy. Turns out I am not a backup notification system. My BF would never tell me when he'd be home, by user Pantocratrix. He was in financial planning, so he had no set hours, but he just wouldn't tell me at 25-ish at the time if he was going to be home at 5 or 9, despite my asking for a heads up just so I wouldn't worry. Months go by, nothing changes. This is pre-everyone had a cell. He had a car phone. I set up a poker game with my friends, told my mom my plan because she's a hysterical warrior, and if he called her, I didn't want her to freak out. Didn't he leave a note? I went to my friend's place to play cards and traipsed into our apartment around 4 a.m. He had gone to bed but couldn't sleep. He asked where I was. Me playing cards with friends. Him, why didn't he call me? Was I supposed to? I didn't think it was necessary. You never call me. The problem stopped. Roommate said, if you're so tired of cleaning up after us, just leave our stuff where you found it. By user OK presentation 6442. I'm 35F now, but in college I rented a small house with 3 dudes, all of us in our early 20s. I have many stories of petty revenge from this time in my life, as guys in their 20s who are living away from their mothers for the first time often need the point illustrated in no uncertain terms, but this is one of my favorites. The house had 1 bathroom for the 4 of us, and as the only girl and the only one with a clean freak for a mother, I ended up doing basically all of the cleaning. I frequently put things away in the common space, shoes in the front closet, laptop on a shelf so no one trips over the cord, etc., both because it made cleaning easier and because it's common courtesy to clean up your shit in common spaces. I was often met with irritation from my roommates who couldn't find their stuff, as if I was hiding it from them and not putting it in perfectly reasonable and agreed upon places. During this time, one roommate also had a girlfriend who was basically a squatter in our house. I did my best to be friendly and welcoming, including driving her places when I had time and helping her find a job, both mistakes in hindsight, but that's another story. She technically had a place to live elsewhere, but all of her stuff somehow ended up in our house, including our one tiny bathroom, which she showered in twice a day despite contributing nothing to rent or utilities. The number of products lining our shower easily tripled when she appeared, which made cleaning the bathroom a nightmare. I asked that she corral her bathroom stuff and keep it in his room so the shower could be cleaned without knocking 27 conditioner bottles over, but that was asking too much. The final verdict from my roommates was that I should just leave our stuff where he found it. So I did. When I cleaned the shower, I sprayed down all of her bathroom products with scrubbing bubbles rather than move it. It melted her expensive shampoo bar pretty quickly and made all of her bottled products slippery, but I was just following instructions. Roommate's laptop was plugged in, so I tripped over the cord while walking through the living room. He said just leave it, so I did, even though tripping over it unplugged it and now it's dead when you need to use it. And my personal favorite, roommate and girlfriend left their shoes all over the living room rug. The closest is literally 3 feet away. I needed to vacuum, so I left their stuff where I found it, rolled up the living room rug with their shoes inside and vacuumed the whole house. They came out halfway through and asked where I put their shoes because they were leaving. I didn't put them anywhere, I left them where I found them. They kept looking, confused, until about 30 minutes later when I unrolled the rug to replace it, revealing their shoes. They called me an asshole, but after the shoe incident, suddenly her bathroom products were put away, shoes ended up in the closet, and the laptop was plugged in somewhere out of the way. Neighbor's adult son's girlfriend. Our neighbors let their son and girlfriend move into the upstairs apartment above their garage. She keeps feeling the need to come over into my yard and tell me what her views are on everything I am doing. I mow my yard 3 times a week because I love my grass. She came over to tell me to stop putting wheat and feed down because it is going to give her newborn kid cancer. She told me I need to stop grilling out because the charcoal smell comes over to her yard, and she is a vegetarian and she has nightmares about the animals that were murdered so I can eat. I have 2 diesel cars and she told me I need to sell them and get electric. She hates my solar panels on my storage building out back because they are not responsibly produced and destroyed the earth. So today I dug a huge pit in the yard, wrapped a whole pig up in leaves, and I'm smoking it all day, night, and tomorrow. I invited them all over for dinner and made sure to let them know I will have plenty of leftovers that will go to waste if it is not eaten. Needless to say, she came over, acted a huge fool, screaming, yelling, and just batshit crazy. I just uploaded the full 6-minute video from my camera system to our neighborhood Facebook page so everyone can see what I have been talking about.